Hey, welcome. My name is Dino, and I'll be teaching you in this course. If you're really interested in the subject and you're really curious and passionate about it, isn't the first thing you want to know is, hey, who's the person teaching? Maybe, or maybe not. If you're here, I'm guessing you want to know a little bit about me, so hopefully this will help sort of round that out. I have a relatively long learning history. I earned a doctorate and a couple of master's degrees in instructional technology and media at Columbia University in New York. There, I had students investigate their experiences with immigration using media production, a fantastic experience. I also earned my MPhil, my Master's of Philosophy and Educational Research at the University of Cambridge in lovely Cambridge, England, where I studied the role of teacher education programs and teacher attrition. Before that, I worked on that subject a little bit in a preliminary manner at the Bachelor of Education program in teacher education at York University in Toronto. Great experience. Read a ton of great things there. Before that, I earned a Bachelor of Applied Arts in Radio and Television Arts at Ryerson, where I produced about a 15-20 minute sketch comedy show, which was a lot of fun. Great people there. A lot of interesting things we did there. And then before that, I earned a Juris Doctorate degree, a law degree at Queen's University in lovely Kingston, Ontario, Canada. So I have a pretty diverse learning background. I've also taught for quite a while, over 15 years in K to 20. At the post-secondary level, I worked at CUNY both for the School of Professional Studies and at Hunter College. At SPS, I taught social media, corporate communications, and writing for media. At Hunter, I've taught educational technology, which is great. At NYU, New York University, I've taught social media, infographics, data visualization, HTML, CSS, which is basically web programming, as well as marketing analytics. At the College of New Jersey in lovely Ewing, New Jersey, I taught social media, which is a blast, a lot of fun. At Columbia School of International Public Affairs, I taught master's students infographics and data visualization. A fun course, but very intense because it was sort of a shorter course. At Adelphi University in Long Island City, I taught video storytelling and technology practicum. Finally, at Columbia's Teachers College, I taught video editing to a lot of students, faculty, as well as principals who are in the New York City Department of Education. And based on that, I've also taught at the K to 12 level. At the New York City Department of Education in Harlem, I did my dissertation research, which was an amazing experience. Really had a great time. For the Toronto District School Board, for those of you who don't know, Toronto is as diverse a student body as New York. I taught mathematics, literacy for special ed students, as well as health and physical education from K to 6, which is a great experience. At the Peel District School Board, just outside of Toronto, I taught a ton of different courses. And in Cambridgeshire, which is a little bit outside of London, I taught at an emotional and behavior disorder school where I taught 80 boys who had been expelled from 2 to 3 other schools, usually due to violence. It was a really interesting and fulfilling experience, and I had a great time with the boys and faculty there. Finally, in terms of work, I've also worked in mass media for quite a while. In television, I've done pretty much anything you could think of in terms of television. I've produced, directed, shot, and edited shows, shorts as short as 3 to 5 minutes, as well as long half-hour shows. I've switched the cameras in a control room. I've worked the audio board in a control room. I ran the VTR, which is a videotape recorder. I've floor directed. I've done research. I've wrangled guests to make sure that they're in time and in place and good to go. I've audio recorded in the field, and I've also did motion graphics work. I worked for a number of different broadcasters, a bunch of great different people. At CBS's 60 Minutes, at CNN working in current affairs, at Viacom making broadcast promos and bumpers and things like that. I also worked at UNTV as well as Alliance Atlantis, where I worked at a half-hour show making reality television stories, where I go out in the field and make 3 to 5 minute and as long as 20 minute half-hour TV shows about reality programming, which was great. At Harvard University's Berkman Klein Center for Internet and Society, I made a number of different videos for them. Great people there. At Columbia SEPA, I made some promo videos for them. In radio, I've hosted and technical produced a variety of shows that were both half hour, 1 hour long, 2 hour long. This included at Boo Bar in New York, CIUT in Toronto, as well as Mix 99.9. I hosted shows dealing with youth issues and also performing arts, which is a blast. In print, I was a reporter for the Toronto Star, where I mainly worked the city desk doing various, like, mainly crime stories. As well, I reported on the occasional international story. Online, I worked at a now defunct website called Pop Eater at AOL Time Warner. I also worked at Columbia University. We did a tech website where I wrote game reviews and a bunch of other think pieces involving tech. In educational technology, I also worked at Ryerson University making mainly ebooks dealing with the global pandemic, as well as social media in its role in authoritarianism and democracies. So those are my wonderful experiences working in teaching and learning and media. So thanks for listening and watching. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.